What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, my YouTube family? Look, I need you guys first. I need you guys to like, subscribe, and I need you guys to share. Check this out, man. I got a coach right now. This coach is under investigation. I'm investigating this coach. And I'm gonna tell you why. And to all these Oklahoma fans who's doing all this praising about and bashing of Lincoln Riley, but you're doing all this praising of Brent Venables. We're gonna put out some numbers and we can decide for ourselves. Brent Venables is under investigation simply because I would have never touched him. I would have never touched Brent Venables if he didn't make this slick comment. He made a very slick comment and he touched my coach. Straight up. He made a slick comment and he touched my coach. If you didn't touch Lincoln Riley, Brent Venables tried to hit low. But guess what? I'm about to hit high. Brent Venables tried to hit low. And I have respect for him. I like him as a man. He's a good man. Seems like a humble man, a man of belief, faith, or whatever. And I respect that. However, you tried to hit low on the down low. And guess what? I'm about to hit high on you, Brent. I'm about to hit high on you, Brent. And we about to come out. We about to expose this thing right now. We about to expose and see exactly what. Check this out. I read an article, right? And Brent Venables says here in the statement, he says, when I came to, while I was at Clemson for 10 years, he says, I wanted to leave it better than what it was. He says, I wanted to leave it better than what I was. And so he tried to make a that comment was really referencing Lincoln Riley, saying that Lincoln Riley had this program of Oklahoma and basically left the scene worse than when he grabbed it. Well, let's look into the numbers because see, I'm fact checking you. I'm fact checking with the statements that you make. I'm fact checking everything that you guys attempt to do to the USC program because you know what? I'm crying out for all the USC fans that never really had an opportunity to fight back. Guess what? USCJ is fighting back. We're not gonna no longer take none of the foolishness, none of the buffoonery that everybody wants to do. We coming hard, we coming correct, and we coming with some numbers, right? So check this out, man. Check this out. So just last year, 2019 national championship. You know how many points was put on his by LSU? It was 42-25. Brent, explain that one to me. Explain all them points. Explain how in the world you supposed to be the so high defensive minded, so accurate with the defense. The defensive schemes are so on point. Explain to me, how do you have 40-some points put on by LSU? If you such a good, even last year, but let's go back let's go into 2020. 2020, the last game of the season against Ohio State. It was 49-28. Explain that one to me. You're such a good coach. You're so on point. The defensive schemes, but you know what? I mean, if you scheming so good, why are the points being scored on you like that? Huh? And then even this last year, I seen Pittsburgh light you up this year. You didn't even go to the ACC championship. I seen Pittsburgh light you up. Oh, I got one even better for you. Oklahoma fans, this is for you. This is for you because I've been watching some of your podcasts. I've been watching some of the things that you guys been saying about USC. You call them stinking Lincoln, right? You calling them stinking Lincoln. But we got something for that. We got something for that. Because Brent Venables, and I never understood this. I never understood how can everybody just praise a coach? Not only, I'm not saying that he didn't have no good defenses at Clemson because I know he did, but then it's a little bit of discrepancy. He has some good defense and he has some bad defenses. I watched some of the games. I watched some of the games with Clemson, and some of the games they were getting scored at will. The defensive scheme sucked. And I mean, I specifically remember watching a couple of years ago, Syracuse, that little quarterback, I can't remember his name, Mojave or whatever his name is. That guy was running all over. It was at Syracuse, and I seen some defensive discrepancies, and the schemes kind of sucked at times. And so to say that they're getting this big, incredible coach that's just super on point, man, come on, man. We get into the numbers, and so I got one even better for you. You know who in 2004 when USC played Oklahoma in the national championship and we beat them 55-19. Do you know who the defensive coordinator was at Oklahoma? Hello? I said, do you know who the defensive coordinator was at Oklahoma when we, University of Southern California, beat, and that man right there, you see him, Reggie? You see Reggie? That man right there ran all over Oklahoma. Do you know who the defensive coordinator was run at that particular time? Yes, it was Brent Venables. I told you, you have been, look, the court has decided to take you and prosecute you, Mr. Brent Venables. We find you guilty of fraudulent behavior. We find you guilty of saying of trying to do low blows to my coach, Lincoln Riley. See, when you hit low, we're going to hit high. And see, that's the way you want to try to play. So you got exposed. You got exposed. All those national championship games, it looks like you were a failure, Mr. Venables. And the court finds you guilty. And you in contempt of court. We find you guilty for some of the behavior that you do. See, you're not going to get over on this USC fans like it's not going to happen no more. I'm here. USCJ is here. We're here to stay, and we're here to call out the numbers the way they need to be because we're tired of the fans. We're tired of the media trying to beat us down. And you see how the media portrays? And how do we know that a coach, a defensive coach, is just going to translate over? Now, yes, Kirby Smart is doing his thing. But give me, look, like, subscribe, share. Give me the number of coaches. Give me the number of defensive coaches or whatever, offensive coordinators that translated over to being just an awesome head coach. Because, look, at the end of the day, he's not actually going, but Lincoln Riley is going to be, he's going to call plays, but we have a co-offensive coordinator, but he's going to actually call the plays. But Brent Venables is going to have a defensive coordinator. He's going to have an offensive coordinator. So Brent Venables is actually going to be managing the team like a regular coach. So is his defensive schemes that's supposed to be so good going to be able to be implemented? Who knows? But the thing is this. You don't know exactly how the Oklahoma team is going to be. And so to say that you left Clemson, you wanted to leave Clemson in your 10 years better than what when you got there. Come on, man. So you trying to hit low and say Lincoln Riley. So let's go through Lincoln Riley's actual record. All right, let's go through. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start off in 2016. We're gonna start off with Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops. Here it is right here. You see, I got my laptop. Bob Stoops in 2016. He left with a 11-2 record. Bob Stoops left with an 11-2 record. You're not going to sit here and tell me that Lincoln Riley came with a bad record and or left out with a bad record. Watch this. Lincoln Riley takes over in 2017, and he has a 11-2 record. 2018, he has a 11-2 record. In 2019, he has a 12-2 record. In 2020, he has a 9-2 record. And in 2021, he has an 11-2 record. So Bob Stoops can have an 11-2 record, and Lincoln Riley can go 11-2, 12-2, 9-2, 11-2. But when it comes to Lincoln Riley, you want to call him Stinking Lincoln, huh? He just bailed on the program. He left the program so bad in a bad shape. I think he left the program in good standings. I think he left the program the same way Bob Stoops left the program. Hello? If you look at the numbers, they match. So like, subscribe, share, and any Oklahoma fan. Hey, look, man, and shout out to a couple of Oklahoma fans that's been in my inbox. We kind of went back and forth, but it's been some respect. We inboxing each other or whatever. Shout out to Black. Shout out to Oklahoma fan Black. Much respect to you, man. And but I'm calling out these numbers on you. I don't need none of y'all telling me that Lincoln Riley has left the program in terrible shape. Or, it's the same numbers essentially as Bob Stoops has, right? The same numbers. So look, man, I need you guys, man, to like, subscribe, share. We're not gonna have any of this hocus pocus stuff, this foolishness. Brent Venables has been found guilty of having a suspect defense. The court finds him of having a suspect defense. You know what I'm saying? If you going Kirby Smart, Alabama, he had a smooth defense all across the board. Did it translate over to Georgia? It translated over to Georgia. But we can't say the same thing for Brent Venables right now. You know what I'm saying? We can't say the same thing. You know, the court finds him completely guilty of having a suspect defense. You know, he had a okay defense at one point, but then these past couple national championships, these past big time games, he's failed at. And then he really failed out the game against us. USC 55 and Oklahoma 19. Come on, man. I need y'all to talk back to me in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share. So, and with that, I just want to give you just a brief summary as well as USC's record, man. The past, I did Oklahoma record for the past from 2016 to now. I'll do USC's record from 2016 to now. And the media, yes, we've had, I will say, just two absolutely terrible seasons. We had two terrible seasons, and ain't no explanation for that. The only explanation you have is for that is lack of coaches. Because if you look at the recruiting for the past 1 year, we did terrible. But for the most part, we were finishing like in the top 10 recruiting. If you go look back since 2016, but in 2016 we went 10-3. That's the year we won the Rose Bowl against Penn State. Saquon Barkley. That's the year we had Adoree Jackson, Juju Smith-Schuster. Of course, we had Sam Donald. We had those players on the team, and but we played against a heck of a team, which was Saquon Barkley, Chase McSorley. They had some talent on there, and that was a thriller Rose Bowl game, if you remember. But we won that game. The following year, 2017, we went 11-3. So 2016 we went 10-3. 2017 we went 11-3. Then we ended up playing Ohio State. I believe it was the Sugar Bowl. We lost against Ohio State. I want to say it was 23-7 or something like that. It was a shaky game, but I seen some I don't even want to get back. I mean some balls that should have been caught, some different things, but we lost that game. We went the following year, played Ohio State, but we won 11-3 total. But then here comes the big one, 2018. I mean, I don't know how you go from 11-3, but we're not gonna harp on that. But we went from 11-3, 2017 to 2018. We went 5-7. That was a big drop off, and that's how you know that the coaching was just. I mean, it was just major suspect, very suspect. Okay, and then 2019 we went 8-5, and that was a suspect year as well. I believe we lost against Iowa in the Holiday Bowl. So that was a suspect year. And then of course in 2020 we went, which was last year, we went 5-1, which was the COVID year. We played in the Pac-12 championship and decided to opt out of a bowl. We lost against Oregon in the Pac-12 championship. And then in 2021, of course, another big drop off, which was 4-8, and that was, that's just coaching, development of players. You got the talent on the team, but I just wanted to give you just a kind of a recap on what it's been like for Oklahoma the past few years, and Lincoln Riley just abandoned no team that was just, come on, man. I mean, come on, Brent. You got to keep it real, man. You got to keep it 100, man. You can't be just talking to, do no low comments like that. Because you hit low like that, I'm going to come hit high, man. We're going to come out, we're going to bring out the facts. We're going to bring out the numbers. You've had a suspect career. So I just want to give you a recap on USC's and Oklahoma's, both of their record. Lincoln Riley, he did the same thing Bob Stoops said. Bob Stoops came in there at 9-2. He left out rather at 11-2. And Lincoln Riley pretty much did the same thing. He left out at 11-2. And he's had two lost seasons for the most part. So, man, look here, man. Stop. The media, the bias of ESPN and all these other, they just want to make it seem like now that Lincoln Riley's over here, the Oklahoma fans, now that Lincoln Riley's over here, now he's just stinking Lincoln. That's what they say, huh? But guess what, man? We're going to come bring you the facts. We're going to come bring you the information. We're going to come bring you the numbers. Ain't nobody going to be able to dispute it. So look, man, like, subscribe, share. Hey, fight on, baby.